Shining Soul, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am on a mystical mission to spread unconditional love, light, and joy to all those that reside on this beautiful planet. Speaking of planets, today we are going to be going off planet a little bit with our reading. So we are going to be doing what type of starseed are you? I do find one of the most common questions I get asked when it comes to starseeds is, well, what am I? Or how do I find out what type of starseed I am? So I've been wanting to do this video for a while to really bring those answers forward for the collective, for those of you who still don't have that solid answer and are wondering what type of starseed you are. I will say that many of you could be potentially called to multiple groups here, as we do have 5 different groups to choose from in today's reading. The reason you may be called to multiple piles is because it is very common to have multiple starseed origins, not just one. We are going to be mainly using this beautiful deck that we have up here, which these cards are from, the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And we do have these cards, which are 8 different types of starseeds here, which we will be pulling once we get into it. So this will be the answer of the exact type of starseed that you are. And then we'll go into the reading deeper, and we're also going to find out what some of your soul gifts are, some of your karmic wounds, some of the life lessons you're here to learn, possibly what you're struggling with right now or your current obstacle, and we're going to tap into your guides, your galactic guides, to see what messages and advice they have for you with that, as well as we're going to touch on some of your soul calling as well. I will be pulling out my wonderful extraterrestrial species almanac as well. This goes through not all of them, but a lot of some wonderful ET species. So we will go into that for some extra information and pictures. So how the reading is going to work is I will show the piles, the crystals, and we've got charms here on the bottom up close so that you can get a really good look at them, feel the energies. And then once you do decide what pile or piles are calling your name, you can check in the description box down below to find the timestamps to go straight to your reading to find out what type of starseed you are. For pile 1, we have We the Hathors, Deep Love, Mother's Milk, Birth as a Portal, with the Dolphin charm, as well as the Rose Quartz sphere. Pile 2, we have Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life, with the Heart charm, and the Labradorite crystal. Pile 3, we have Empathetic Starseed, Energetic Sovereignty, Absorbing What's Not Yours, with the Hosma hand. And for the crystal, we have Apricot Agate. Pile 4, we have Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, Look a Little Deeper, with the Lightning Bolt charm. And this beautiful cluster of quartz here for the crystal. Pile 4, we have Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, and Activation, with the Star charm. And the crystal here is this Cryophrase Geode. Get it nice and close. You can see all the crystals inside there. Go ahead and tune into that intuition to pick your pile or piles and enjoy your starseed reading. All right, we are going to start the shuffle and pile creation section. So thanks for hanging out with me and vibing if you are here for this. I did ask in the community tab if you guys enjoyed the shuffle pile creation section. I did it for the first time in my last video, and so I kind of looked at some of the poll feedback, and it seems like most people were giving it the thumbs up. So we're going to go ahead and stick it in this video too and just keep going with these shuffle sections. I kind of enjoy it. Like I said in the first video, it's nice just hanging out and vibing, and I feel like this can give you a good way or a good opportunity to get into that like present moment meditative mindset and really just get into the reading a little bit deeper. So we are going to pull one of these cards. These are the origin cards for each pile, and then we're going to go into the stack of decks here and go further with the other cards. So let's see. Pile 1. Since there's not many cards, I'm just going to do it in this way where I'm feeling out. Okay. Pile 2's origin. Right there. Pile 3. And this one. See pile 4. That one right there. Just gonna move these off to the side. And pile 5. That one. Ooh, exciting. I can't wait to see what those cards are. I'm just gonna kind of do that. There we go. That works good enough. Okay. So we're going to go into this deck next. We're going to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for each with this deck. So pile 1, please. Two. We're running out of room to shuffle. 3, 4, and one more. Wow, those were very quick for pile 1. Okay. So we are going to put those under that. Pile 2. Starseeds are one of my favorite topics, so I am just very, very excited and stoked for this reading. It was really life-changing and eye-opening when I personally found out what my starseed origins and what type of starseed I was. So that's why I just want to help others, because it can be very eye-opening once you actually figure it out. And it can be difficult too, so... So I want to help those looking for that answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for pile 2. Okay, pile 3, please. 2. Ooh, did I put that? Oh, I thought I put that in between 1 and 2. I don't think I did. Well, I guess if I did, maybe it was meant to be. 4. That one right there. 5. Pile 4. I'll also put the link up on the screen here, but if you guys are interested in another reading that I did for specifically starseeds, I will stick that up there for you. It's a collective message, so it doesn't really matter what type of starseed you are, but if you know you are one, then it's a great, great timeless reading to watch. Three, 4, and one more for pile 4. There we go. think this is actually my only the second video that I made with 5 piles. I think my What is Coming Next in Love pick a card video has 5 piles. I was just feeling like it needed it for this. There's lots of different starseed types out there. Oops. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 4. Pile 5, please. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love that card, Lifting the Veil. It's such a good card. Okay. Look at, we've pretty much used most of that deck. Only a few cards left. All right, let's put that to the side and go into the next one here. These ones aren't gonna really have placements, so I'm just gonna feel out how many I need. Maybe 2, maybe 3, let's see. So pile 1. Yeah, 3. Cards are really large. I can't even hold them this way comfortably, so I actually have to turn them and shuffle them this way. Gorgeous deck, though. Pile 2, please. Pile 3. Now that one. That one. My right ear just started ringing a little bit. Maybe that's your guys' ET guides or cosmic galactic guides, whatever you want to call them, coming in. Pile 4. They're getting ready for the messages that they need you guys to hear. That's insane. 3 just shot out like that. Like they literally just went whoosh all the way to that side of the desk. That's crazy. Let me see what way they go. This way. Okay, so that was insanely quick. Pile 4. Holy, those cards were like 3 jumpers together. I don't know if I've ever had 3 jump all at once. That's pretty cool. But yes, those of you that are starseeds have galactic guides, spirit guides that do help to guide you on your path. Just like we have human spirit guides, animal spirit guides, we have guardian angels. Those of you who are starseeds will also have ET guides, and everyone can have different numbers. Sometimes you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, there's not really a cap as far as I've learned, so pretty interesting. I love the ET guides. They're great. Amazing energy they have. I do medium readings, and I've channeled a lot of people's ET guides, and they're just so wise and so lovely. Okay, so pile 1, I think this is maybe just one of these. 1 crystal card. Pile 2. No, not those ones. Sometimes I think it's a card and then I touch it and I'm like, oh, that's not it. It just feels energetically wrong. That's how I use my intuition with the cards, and that's how I know which one to choose. It just feels right or it feels wrong. Pile 4, please. You just don't gotta, or you just can't think or let your like logical brain think too much into it when you're using intuition. It's more of a right brain thing. Okay, And last deck, which was my first ever deck, my favorite deck I own. Keepers of the Light. I think probably 2 from this one feels right. Let's see, pile 1, please. Yeah, 2. We'll just kind of do this and stick on the bottom. There we go. Oops. Oh my goodness. 2. Pile 3. Need to shuffle. Pile 4. Pile 5. Got all the cards today. Woo! Yeah, pile 5. Or no, pile 4 was the one with the flippers. I was gonna say, damn, pile 5 is having all the all the jumpers, but that was pile 4 with the 3 before. Right. And that one. Okay. Let's stick these all in kind of the right order that we pulled. Beautiful. Oops. All right, we are set. Thank you so much for hanging out and enjoying this shuffling and pile creation with me, and enjoy your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So right here, we do have the card that is going to tell us what type of starseed you are, and then we've got the rest of your reading cards here. So let's dive into it and see what we have. Ooh, so we've got the deep cellular healing, the Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So pile 1, this is the keyword right here. You are an Arcturian starseed. So exciting. I love Arcturians. They are amazing. So wise. So wise. So we're going to dive into the almanac, and I'm going to tell you a little bit here about the Arcturians, and then we will go into the rest of your reading. All right, so Arcturians come from Arcturus, a red giant star in the northern hemisphere of Earth's sky and the brightest star in the constellation Boots, which I may be saying that wrong. It is the Herdsman constellation. So we've got a little bit of their physical characteristics. So these are the ETs, the Arcturians who are not on Earth, the ones that are still living on Arcturus. This is what they look like. So male and female appear somewhat uniform with slight variations in features and heights from 10 to 12 feet. Their bodies are thin with lanky arms and legs. When they walk, they glide with elegance. Their skin is either blue or milk white. They have large craniums with small noses and mouths. Arcturians in higher density forms are that of light and consciousness. Depending on what density they are from, their appearance alters. The higher the density, the more they become light. Their large almond-shaped eyes are human in appearance and run the color spectrum. A little bit about their belief system. They do believe in the cosmic law of one, and they serve all universal kind as stewards of love and light. As well, Edgar Cayce said that Arcturus is one of the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. Arcturian starseeds on Earth use holographic healing to assist in creating templates for fifth dimensional and higher dimensional experiences and ascension. They assist in attuning the heart and mind back to a natural resonance frequency of light, which also helps ease ascension symptoms. They also have and use Galactarian motherships, starships, thought ships, fleet ships, and scout ships, and all of their crafts are able to travel through time-space funnels and the interspace continuum. They are definitely very technologically advanced. And what else do we have here? They are fully conscious and sovereign beings, and they use the light essence language. They are holographic and sympathetic telepaths and are able to access coagular wave bending to send messages across the universe or to another or through time streams. Unlike the regular limitations of telepathic distances, they also possess the power of telekinesis, and some come to our space-time from the future. They are fifth and sixth dimensional beings, primarily working with Earth's consciousness raising programs, and they interact with light beings of their own race in the elevated dimensions and other star nations' collective consciousness from the ninth and 10th dimensions. And I will show you the picture here. So this is a Arcturian female. As you can see, the skinnier, taller body, the almond-shaped eyes, the smaller nose, and the larger head. And they are, like this book says, usually have blue or milky white skin. The ones I have seen have been blue. So that's a little bit about who and what Arcturians are. So let's get into the rest of your reading, pile one. I'm going to go ahead and get all of your cards out, and then we will go through it in depth. So we've got Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, Micromanaging the Universe, Perspective, None of This Matters, Zoom Out, Common Ground, Starkeeper, Cosmic Ancestor, Seed the Light by Staying Grounded. Got quite a few cards in this read here today, so we'll just kind of squish them together as much as possible. The Seven Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, Expression. And Earth, Learning How to Be Human, in the World, Not of It. Vulnerability card, right next to that Learning How to Be Human. That's very interesting. Ooh, Evolution. And Our Ancient Future, right underneath the Starkeeper's card. Perspective with turquoise and the earth element. Can we fit this one right over here maybe? I think we might be able to. Kind of stick it like that. Ooh, Lord Ganesh with infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. And Mahavatar Babaji with soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. Let's see where we can stick these guys, and then we will get into it. So pile one, these cards here from the Starseed deck actually have placements that I applied to them. So your Breath of the Cosmos, this is talking about your soul gift, what you came here to express and share with the world. And what's interesting is I feel like there's a bit of a message in this that your guides actually want you to hear. So I am gonna read just this paragraph here from the book, because this is kind of highlighting the fact of what you're here to do. And I think you're kind of not doing the opposite, but you're almost fighting against this a little bit. And it's the ego, it's the fear, it's the control. So I'm going to read this to you. It says, when you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little, you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you find yourself being led and you begin breathing the breath of life. So to me, that exact sentence where it's saying, please use me, please show me the way, that's what you're here to experience. You're here to experience Source leading the way instead of ego or what you think should happen lead the way. So I'm not getting a certain ping where it's like your soul gift is this or that specific thing. It's almost saying your soul gift, what you came here to really immerse yourself in and learn and share with others, is how to relinquish control and let Source be the leading light in your life. So I feel like with this, it's kind of saying for you, pile one, that it is time to have a little bit more faith and a little bit less control when it comes to your path in life. I do feel like as well, this says the more you find yourself living this most authentic life and not trying to micromanage everything and control every little detail, the more you're going to find out exactly what your soul gifts and abilities are. You're going to continue to live a more authentic life. So I'm feeling like this is saying along your path, you find out what your soul gifts are, but the main point of it for you, pile 1, is to go down the journey and to learn how to truly relinquish that control so that you can live the most authentic life instead of controlling things of how you think it should be. With your perspective card, this is, oh gosh, oh no. This is your karmic wound. And with this one, it's interesting because I feel like this isn't specifically talking about like one karmic wound. It's kind of talking about in general how you view the not so great things that have happened to you. I don't want to say negative because, life is life. There's ups and downs and it's all part of it. But what this is really saying is when it comes to healing anything for you, pile 1, you really have to zoom out. I'm feeling like you have these blinders on a lot of the times when it comes to your karmic wounds, that you're still too much in it. Like you're too saturated by it. And that way, and because of that, you are kind of still having a very like triggered reaction to some of your karmic wounds. So it's kind of saying here to help you heal, you really need to zoom out. You really need to get a bigger perspective instead of pointing fingers and you did that or you said that or she did that or he did that. It's like this card says none of that really matters. It's not the little things that matter. You really have to, kind of what we were saying with this card, stop trying to micromanage the little things. And this one's saying like, don't get too worked up with the little things. Don't focus too much on that. You have to zoom out. You have to get out of that triggered, saturated place because you're too much in it. And then you're just kind of overwhelming yourself with the emotions and you're not getting anywhere with the healing. So any type of anything that you're approaching when it comes to healing and your karmic wounds, I feel like the overall message for you to help with that is really make sure that you're zooming out and trying to see things from a bigger perspective, trying to put yourself in other people's shoes, trying to see maybe why that person would have said that or did that. Maybe they were having a bad day. It's not always when we focus on the tiny little things and we try so hard to fix it from that place, it's really difficult. It's so much easier to heal something when you are out of it, when you're not, when your nervous system isn't worked up or triggered by it. So that's really the main message coming through here for you. When it comes to any of your karmic wounds or your healing, make sure that you're not trying to heal it when you are still super immersed in it. Take some, physical, emotional, mental space away and then attack it. Your Starkeeper card, this is your life lesson, what you came here to learn. We've got cosmic ancestors see the light by staying grounded. I feel like, especially with this Earth card, a lot of your theme here, pile 1, is you are here to obviously help heal the collective and help the collective ascend, as we were talking about. That's what Octurians do. But I feel like a huge part of you being here on Earth right now is actually figuring out the whole 3D life, is figuring out how to be grounded, how to be comfortable in a human body, how to function on this planet. I feel like that's a big part of your experience here, especially with that card, figuring out how to let the ego go and not try to micromanage everything. And it feels like that grounding energy is a huge part of one of your lessons. Like you're really here to learn how to be a human and how to ground in this 3D physical plane. Because you have a lot of higher dimensional energies. As we see, the crown on this person is kind of lit up, but it's almost like those lower chakras that you're really here to learn the lessons of. You're an Arcturian. You have a lot of high vibrational energy. I feel like your third eye and your crown chakra are probably very strong, but your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus are probably on the weaker side. So those are the things that you're really here to learn, is those denser type of energies and how to work through them, navigate them, and essentially excel with them. Your current obstacle is this card here. So we've got the Seven Sisters, Birthing Creations, and I believe it says something Tapestry of Life. Yes. So this one talks about hobbies, creations, passions, projects. I feel like that's kind of what you're stuck on right now. For some of you, there could be something that you want to start, but you're not sure how to birth it. And for others, maybe you've already started that birthing stage, but now you're kind of stuck and you're not sure how to keep going with this, or maybe you've lost a bit of passion. So these two cards here are kind of messages from your guides talking on how to, or your galactic guides more specifically, talking on how to kind of help you with your current situation. So we've got infinite abundance and soul expansion. So know that these obstacles are being removed. Whatever obstacles you're facing when it comes to your projects, your hobbies, your passions, if you've been hitting that wall lately, know that your galactic guides are actually going to be helping you to remove those obstacles. And we've got that spiritual support and connections increasing. And to me, that's saying that you might actually be noticing a little bit more activity or messages from your galactic guides potentially, if you're tapped in, or if you want to kind of connect with them in meditation. I feel like they're saying this is a great time to connect with us deeper. As well with the soul expansion, your consciousness is expanding. You see the connection between all things. That means to me that whatever this obstacle that you were up against, it actually helped you to grow. It actually helped your consciousness to expand. And maybe you got stuck by this wall with this passion project, and it made you have to think of a plan B or C, how to do something a different way. And that helped you grow. So I do feel like your galactic guides are saying that this obstacle that you are facing currently, it was meant to be there. It was actually meant to help you expand and learn and grow. And where, you're now at that point where we're going to help you over it. It has done what it's needed to do, and you're going to have that abundance. You're going to have what you want the project to be moving forward. So it's kind of like your galactic guides letting you know that, yeah, it sucks that you're up against this obstacle right now, but know that it's actually divinely planned. It's divinely timed. And if you didn't have that obstacle, you wouldn't be pushed to learn and grow. So don't get down on this. See it as exactly that, as a chance to grow, to prosper, and to expand. And then this card here, we've got your soul calling. So what your soul is calling you towards, and it's interesting because we're feeling like this is a big theme for you, is we've got the Earth card, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. I'm feeling like your guides are saying there's a really good message here from the book for this one that you need to hear, so I will read a little bit of that for you. But overall, this is a big theme for you, Pile 1, in your reading. Big theme. That you are really here as a starseed to experience being human. So if you try to run away from some of the more mundane experiences of life and humanity, I feel like this is your guide saying that don't run away from it, because your soul's actually calling you towards it. Your soul's actually calling you towards a deeper immersion in being human. So maybe you find yourself, you're quite, maybe you isolate yourself a lot, or maybe you don't have a big group of friends, or maybe you don't necessarily go out and do a lot of the things that you see other humans doing, like going to the movies or the theme park or something. That's what your soul is calling for you, though. That's what your soul wants to experience in this incarnation. Your soul came here to not just heal and be this magical person, but to actually experience Earth, to actually experience what it's like to be in a human body and to be on this 3D plane, on this planet. So don't run away from being human, because your soul is calling you to actually learn on a deeper level what it means to be human. And you're going to find a lot of happiness from really immersing yourself in these types of like human activities. So I'm going to read a little bit off the book for the Earth card. It says, most starseeds are drawn toward transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on Earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on Earth. And you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on Earth has to offer you. Yes, so I feel like that is just a main part of your mission, a main part of why your soul chose to come here and to incarnate here, Pile 1, is to simply figure out what it's like to be human, experience that. So like I say, don't try to run away from it, because the more you run away from being human, the more your soul is going to ache. And you're going to have that like longing for something. And that's what it is. Your soul just wants to experience being human on every level, in every way that means. And I do kind of feel like your next cards are also talking on this as well. It seems like that's kind of the phase that you're in right now with everything in your life going on, Pile 1, is where you're really just being called to be vulnerable. You're really being called to change your perspective. Like we've got, perseverance. I was going to say, do we have perspective both? But no, we've got perseverance. So you're being called to persevere, to really show your vulnerability, to really allow yourself to have this evolution, and to really fully embody being who you are at this time and being in your body instead of trying to escape it. We've even got the earth element over on this card, and this one we're talking about being grounded, right? And like coming back to earth, coming back down. So I do feel like that's kind of something popping up for me as well, is potentially working on those lower chakras. I would start with your root chakra first, and kind of go from there with your sacral and your solar plexus. But it would be really a good idea to start working on some grounding techniques and exercises, as it feels like your guides are kind of letting you know it's time to be comfortable in your body. It's time to start being a little bit more human. It's time to allow yourself to be vulnerable to what being human really means. It's time to really let those feelings and experiences come to the surface, because that's what's going to allow you to have this evolution. That's what's going to allow you, like we were saying with this card, the more every day, little by little, that you live a more authentic life, that you live a more soul-led life, and you stop trying to micromanage every little thing on your path, the more this evolution, your gifts, your abilities, all of these things are going to come to the surface. And what's interesting is the Ancient Future card. This one actually talks about using your ancient wisdom to create a better future. And that's kind of got the same energy here with that cosmic ancestor. Like you have so much of this amazing knowledge within your soul from your previous past lives, from your ancient lives, from the times that you were living on Arcturus. So all of that information is within you. You hold it still. It's not gone. It's not lost. You can still tap into it. And once you are on this path of being more comfortable in your body and your gifts and your abilities, you're going to be able to bring forth that information and that light to the collective to help Earth ascend as a collective. And that's how you're going to be able to bring in your healing and your Arcturian energy to really bring all of this amazing information and light and knowledge and healing through in a way that can help the future. So it's like taking this ancient galactic knowledge that your soul holds and using it in a way along your evolution to really bring healing and ascension to the collective of Earth. I want to touch on your dolphin charm as well, because I feel like this is kind of a message for you that it's time to have a little bit more fun and play also, because that is part of being human, is, enjoying. It's not all work. It's not all difficulty. It's supposed to be that balance of work and play. So if you feel like you've been working too hard, or too much and you're exhausted and overwhelmed, I feel like this is really saying it's time to take a break and have some fun. When was the last time you really got with friends and laughed and played and, just had a fun time? Whatever that is for you, whatever that looks like for you. I also feel like the Hathor card with the rose quartz that you picked actually is kind of talking about your karmic wounds and your healings. I feel like the advice here for you, pile one, is to mother yourself when it comes to that and give yourself love, compassion, and care and empathy like you would a best friend, like you would, a child. If your best friend or, your kid came up to you and said they were having a hard time, you wouldn't be mean to them. You wouldn't say, suck it up, you should be over this already. So don't say those things to yourself when it comes to healing. You really have to mother yourself when it comes to your wounds, when it comes to what you're here to heal. Love, compassion, empathy. If you're not saying nice things to yourself and if you're not treating yourself with that energy, it's going to be 5,000,000,000% harder to heal. Trust me. It's really about that perspective shift of seeing things from that zoomed out place, as well as approaching things and dealing with things in a more compassionate, empathetic, loving way. And that that isn't to say that you have to be all love, light, and rainbows and be okay with, everything that's ever happened. You can still heal and forgive in the name of love without accepting what somebody did to you or saying that it was okay, right? You can say, no, this wasn't okay. I didn't deserve this, but for my own health, for my own happiness, I'm going to forgive so that I can move on and create a space of love for myself instead of holding on to this like hatred or pain. So forgiveness is like an act of self-love. It's an act of compassion. So that might be something that might need to happen as well when it comes to your healing and wounds. Maybe there's someone or something you have to forgive, and that will be easier to do when you have that different perspective and you zoom out. And again, too, like that vulnerability card, that touches in with that too. You also have to be willing to be vulnerable enough to see things from a different angle, to see things from a more loving way, and to treat yourself in a way that you aren't hindering your growth or your healing, but you're actually nurturing yourself. You're mothering yourself through it. So pile one, when it comes to your starseed journey, where you are, I do feel like there is some healing for you to do, some working on possibly those karmic wounds, some shadow work, as well as really just trying to step into that mindset that you are this divine being that has this divine plan for your life here on earth, and allowing you to surrender to that instead of trying to control every little thing. I feel like that's kind of what your galactic guides are saying where you are, is it's kind of like at this, I almost feel like at this midpoint where you need a little bit more healing and a little bit more going with the flow. And then that's going to be when some of your starseed gifts and abilities start to like really snap online and really start to come through for you deeper. Because again, like I was saying with that card, I'm not getting a specific hit. It's like your guides are saying, you'll learn when it's the right time, but right now you're trying to like micromanage every little thing, and that's not allowing your gifts to come online. So you have to like go with the flow a little bit more, trust the universe a little bit more, tap into your galactic guides if you feel like you need their support. And then once you do that and you really get going down that path a little bit more, then that's when you're going to figure out exactly what your starseed soul gifts are, exactly what you're here to express and share. But for now, it just feels like you're at that like midpoint or that crossroad point where it's like, okay, your guides are like, this is where you're going, and we're kind of saying you need to start going this way to learn your gifts. So it's up to you, do you want to keep micromanaging everything and, going down that way, or do you want to try and, release some control, even as scary as that may be, and see what happens? It's like you're at this crossroads and your guides are like, it's up to you. You have free will, if you feel like you want to continue down the road you are, then go for it. But I feel like your guides are saying it's going to take longer for your starseed gifts to come up, because the more we release control, the more the universe can truly give us what is meant for us. Because a lot of the times, our human conscious brains, we can't even fathom what our life is supposed to be, or what what the divine plan for our life really is. And a lot of the times when we try to micromanage it and we think we know what it is, we restrict the full potential of ourselves. We restrict because we aren't, we don't even see ourselves being able to accomplish what we truly can. And so we think this is the end goal, like, oh, this is all I can accomplish, but really the end goal's over here. So all this amazing stuff, it's like you're squishing it and you're not allowing yourself to get to it. So that's where you are kind of on your starseed journey, is it's like there's these amazing gifts and abilities waiting for you, but it's up to you if you can truly kind of go with the flow and trust that the universe, trust that your soul is, has this great plan for you. It's kind of up to your free will now to jump in and say, okay, let's try this, or no, I'd rather not. That seemed a little too scary for me. So that evolution is completely in your hands. It's up to you to be vulnerable and go down the path not walked already. Go down the path of mystery, of wonder, of questions unanswered. That's kind of where your evolution lies, where you're able to bring forth these beautiful starseed gifts and use them to help the collective. So I feel like it's a very interesting time in your life, pile one. You're learning about being a starseed. You're figuring it out, what that means for you. And you're kind of now at this point where you actually are starting to see that your life could totally be something that you never even imagined. So very exciting time. And I feel like your guides are definitely here to help you with this evolution and soul expansion. I do feel like your galactic guides have another message here for you. So let me grab this deck and see what we got. We have intuition with aquamarine and water element. Yeah, they really want you to work on your intuition and starting to get a little bit more clear on what is ego versus intuition. Because I feel like they're saying that that's also going to help you here with relinquishing some of your control and going with the flow more. The deeper connection you have with your intuition, the easier it is to go with the flow. So I feel like they are saying that that's tied, and it's kind of a great time to start working deeper on trusting your intuition and also figuring out what's ego versus intuition. And then let's see on the back of the deck. Oh, no way. We do have perspective twice. Look at that. Perspective with Lorimar and Neptune. So, wow. Yeah. Double message with the perspectives. This is just so strong for you guys, Pile One. It's like your guides really want you to, wow, look, it's 22 as well, number 22. I just noticed that. I feel like your guides are really wanting you to change your perspective and the way that you're viewing things, not just with healing. Because we were talking about that perspective with healing with the other cards, but now this coming out a second time for you, Pile One, it's like, I almost feel like your perspective on, and I'm not saying that the perspective that you have is bad or wrong. That's not it. It's like your guide saying it's time for your perspective to shift. It's time for a transformation. It's time to get this evolution going. Because this is almost like a perspective shift where maybe you are going from thinking I'm not somebody who has good intuition to somebody who's like, wait a second, my intuition is on point. So it's like, it's not even that your perspective where it's at right now is bad or wrong. It's completely fine. Your perspective served you well, but your guides here are saying like, it's time to start switching your perspective on different things in your life. And maybe even possibly this reading helped you to do that, because maybe before you clicked on this, you were like, I don't even know if I'm a starseed. And here we are confirming that you are an Arcturian starseed. So maybe now that just alone on itself has shifted your perspective to like, wait, I'm a starseed. Maybe you're starting to see things differently. You're like, wait, I do have abilities. I do have these special gifts within me that I just have to, tap into or start to heal a little bit and they'll come online. And it feels like it's something like that where your guides are saying there's going to be a lot of perspective shifts happening for you. Not just necessarily when it comes to your healing, but I feel like overall for you, pile one, just the way that you view things is going to start shifting and transitioning and evolving. And I'm going to pick one more from the middle, split the deck. Abundance with Smoky Amazonite, and Regulus Star. I feel like that's right here as well. Double abundance. So they're saying once you get onto this new perspective shift, once you get deeper in touch with your intuition, the abundance is coming for you. You've got infinite abundance and abundance, two different decks. So your guides are like, seriously, you have so much coming to you. You just kind of have to walk down this path of intuition, perspective, and going with the flow a little bit longer. And once you really start getting into that evolution, the abundance is going to come really, really quickly for you, pile one. So I feel like if you've been struggling and wondering how you're going to potentially like get your dream job or how you're going to afford the things that you want to afford in life, I feel like your guides are saying don't worry about it. Even if you have no idea how it's going to work out, like you get the house, you get the car, you get what you want. So don't worry about the abundance, don't worry about the money. Know that your path, your divine path involves abundance. We've got two cards from two different decks, and whenever that happens, I feel like the message is extremely strong. It's like not just abundance once, but twice. So know that if you've ever worried about, well, how am I going to live my dream life? You'll figure it out. Once you start walking this path and evolving, you're going to have it. It's going to show up for you. So I feel like your guides don't want you to worry or stress about if you're going to be able to live the life that you want to live, because this is definitely a confirmation that you're going to have that abundance. All right, pile one, my wonderful Arcturian star seeds. That wraps us up for your reading, and I truly hope you enjoyed that and it was insightful in some way. And I wish you nothing but the best on this journey, on this path. You have so many amazing gifts, abilities, and healing energy to you that are going to be coming online, and so much abundance and support as well coming to you. So amazing. If you did enjoy this reading or anything resonated for you, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experience in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much love and light, pile one. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, pile twos. Welcome to your reading. So here we have got the card that will tell us what type of starseed you are, and then we've got the rest of your reading here. So drum roll, let's get into it. You are, we have got the karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So here it is, that's the key word. You are an Orion starseed, pile two. So exciting. All right, let's go ahead and get out the extraterrestrial species almanac. I'm gonna read a little bit about Orions for you guys so you know a little bit about who they are, what they are, and then we are gonna get into the rest of your read. So for the physical characteristics, it says Orion men are 10 to 12 feet tall and women are 8 to 10 feet. Their skin colors vary from milky white to light blue or green, while others have a violet tint. The whites of their eyes are visible with a faint violet or light blue iris and blue pupil. They have a flair for the dramatic and carry themselves with confidence, strength, and resiliency. And their hooded capes are green, blue, or purple. They are fully conscious and sovereign beings, and telepathy is created through pathways that spread out into mass consciousness overlay or to an individual by speaking the light essence language using radiant frequencies encased in the spoken word. And there are various aspects of them that can exist in different multiple dimensions. So here we have a picture of a male Orion. And I will mention that there are multiple different beings from Orion. So you could potentially be a different, or your soul could be from a different type of species, but that is the more human-looking Orions. But there are many different types of beings that do live in the Orion area. So I definitely implore you, pile two, to do a little bit more digging into all the different types of beings that come from Orion and see which one specifically kind of fits with you and resonates the most with you. So now that we know what type of starseed you are, super exciting, let's get the rest of your cards out and then we will dive deeper. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. We've got quite a few cards, so we're just going to kind of squish them together as much as we can here. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time and nature. Yeah, I'm getting the energy that you need to ground as well, and that was pretty strong in pile 1 too. Whale and orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. That it does, that it does. Stick that one there. And inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Transformation. Very much an Orion energy. Also Orion energy, balanced forces, okay. That polarity. And She of the Lotus. This is a shadow card, shadow work card. We have adaptability, wow, with lace agate, air element. This is definitely lots of Orion energy coming out here. We have Horus with cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And Master Buddha with increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So let's just go ahead and stick these down here. All right, so what I want to start with is this card here, because this one is actually your soul gift. So what you came here to express and share with the world. We've got multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. To me, I'm not getting a specific ping of exactly what your soul gift is, pile 2, because your energy is your gift. I feel like your essence is your gift. You have such a, like this card says, multifaceted, unique type of nature. I feel like you're very magnetizing, and because of that, I feel like you've felt overwhelmed with energy, or people like wanting your energy or pulling against you or towards you, a sort of deal. And it feels like maybe you have shut yourself down or isolated yourself a little bit because you maybe didn't understand what was happening or how to deal with that energy. So with this card, it's really saying like allowing yourself to be seen, allowing your unique energy to truly thrive and like be put out there. That's actually your soul gift. That's why you're here. To me, it doesn't feel like it's specifically what you do that is your soul gift. You are the gift. Just your energy is the gift. Like that's what you're here to share and express with the world is you, your energy. Your energy is so unique and magnetizing that is what helps to heal people, is just interacting with you, just a smile from you or a quick little chit chat. Like that's actually your gift, is you and your energy. It's not like your gift is being a painter or your gift is being a writer. It's like being you is the gift. So if you do feel like you isolate yourself or you don't really tend to let your uniqueness shine, I do feel like that's kind of the path that you need to start taking, because your true gifts are your energy. And if you put it in a pretty little box and, push it away and put it in the corner, then you're not really living up to your full potential. You're not really using your full gifts. The more you express yourself genuinely, pile 2, the more your soul's going to shine, the more your soul's going to be like happy and fulfilled, because that's truly what you're here to do and to express. This card here is talking about your karmic wounds. So what you came here to heal. So we've got slow down and time and nature, as well as this is just a very grounding card, pulse of the mother. To me, it feels like there's some sort of karmic wound. How do I put this? Where it seems like there's this karmic wound for you, pile 2, where you don't feel good enough, or you don't feel like you're being productive if you're not busy. And that's not true. You can be productive by sitting there and, meditating. That's being productive. No, you're not physically moving or doing anything, but that's production. You're still doing something for yourself, for your body, for your mind, for your soul. So there's like this wound where it feels like potentially in this life and past lives, you haven't had the time to ground and slow down. And that's kind of what you're here to heal. You're here to live a slower life, a more grounded life and a more in tune with your environment life. So it does feel like those are the main parts of your karmic wound here. Pile 2 is really learning how to slow down and feel good about it, and connecting with like that root chakra energy of feeling safe, taken care of, grounded, abundant, all of those things. I also do feel like this could be coming from some past lives, not even just necessarily this life, which is why it's more of a karmic wound here, is that I'm feeling a lot of past lives you were like, had no time to slow down, had no time to be a part of your environment. As you see, this lady is literally, you know, one with the earth, one with nature. So it does feel like that's what you're here to heal. You're here to learn how to slow down and really connect and really ground yourself. The Whale and Orca Elders, such a great card. This one's talking about your life lesson, what you came here to learn. And this totally has the same energy of the Courageous Peony, because it's talking about sharing your song, which means sharing your gifts, being unique, letting that unique part of yourself be seen. And that really is what you're here to learn. You're here to learn how to truly step into being comfortable being you. So over here with your Child of the Cosmos card, this one's talking about your current obstacle, and then these two cards are from your galactic guides on advice on how to kind of move forward with that. So we do have the intelligence of the universe lies within you, which to me feels like right now your current challenge or obstacle is actually accepting that you are this magical, divine starseed being. I feel like you go back and forth, where some days you're like, oh yeah, you know, I have these gifts, I have these abilities, I'm a starseed. And then the next day you're like, what? I'm just a regular human. There's literally nothing special about me. Like, what was I thinking yesterday? And then the next day you might be like, wait, no, I am special. Like, there is something unique about me. So it's like this back and forth where I feel like you haven't quite accepted how much of a child of the cosmos you really are, how much of a starseed you really are, how intelligence, or how the intelligence of the whole cosmos lives within your soul, how you have lived past lives on other planets like Orion. So it does feel like that's your current challenge, is kind of just accepting this magical reality of being a starseed. And your galactic guides are coming through here, letting you know here to keep trusting your inner voice, to, you know, when it pops up, an ego pops up and is like, no, you're just a human, you're not a starseed, there's nothing special, you have no unique gifts. Don't let that be the thing that you're trusting. Trust your inner voice, trust your intuition, because that is the days where you're feeling like, okay, yes, I, you know, am unique, I do have these special abilities. That's your intuition talking. So it's like, keep trusting that wave. Don't trust the ego trying to tell you that you're not this amazing person, right? And also with Horus, I feel like this is also confirmation that like you are a starseed, because we've got Cosmic Gateway, and it's like confirming like, yes, you are so powerful, you are so magnetic, like we were talking about up here, and you definitely are a child of the cosmos, because, you know, that was your current kind of challenge, and then your guide coming through with this card with the cosmic word on it, so, or with the word cosmic on it. So I do feel like that's your galactic guide being like, you know, it's true. It's the reality, and it's up to you to kind of get past this ego hump that might be telling you that it's not the truth, that it's not reality. So you are powerful, you are miraculous, you are cosmic, you are intelligent, and you have a cosmic background. Now this one under here, your Inner Earth card with the Agartha vibes, we do have your soul calling. So this is what your soul's calling you towards. And we've got new solutions and beginnings right next to transformation. And this is also a shadow work card, and then we've got adaptability and balancing things out. So also I do believe this card at the end, yes, says miraculous changes are occurring. So we have new solution, transformation, adaptability, miraculous changes. wow, I do feel like right now your soul is heavily calling you towards some sort of change, some sort of transformation, whether that's internal, external, physical, mental, spiritual. There's some sort of adapting and rebalancing of things that need to really happen here for you. I feel like that's what your soul is heavily calling you towards, because it's like this whole bottom row is basically saying this same thing, where it's like it's time for this transformation. It's time for this new beginning or this new solution. It's time to rebalance your masculine and feminine energies out. And it's really time to shine light on the things that are no longer working for you. Adapt the things that are no longer working for you. With the She of the Lotus card, I want to read you this from the book. So it says, take a look at any unconscious patterns that may be running you. Are there elements of yourself you need to take out of the trash, dust off, and reabsorb? Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity in an area can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. And that's kind of what we're feeling with that transformation and that rebalancing. It's like, where do you need that spring cleaning? Where is there maybe a shadow that you pushed in a corner and forgot about or forgot to deal with? So it's kind of talking about that. It's time to really bring these things to the surface and transform and adapt them so that they're not, dark shadows hiding in the corner anymore, and you can integrate. It says, accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness and self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate so you can re-engage with your superpowers. Yes, I do feel like your galactic guides are saying that this transformation, this healing, this shadow work, this adaptability actually needs to take place before you fully kind of come online with some of your starseed gifts and abilities. Because I also feel like once you are able to heal this and work on this and go through this transformation, you'll be more comfortable letting yourself be seen and letting your unique nature and like energy shine, which again, we were saying that the more you do that, the more, that's going to make your soul sing and shine, because that's what you're truly here to do. So this transformation is, I feel like, on a lot of different levels for you. We've got transforming the shadows into the light, but also along with that, that will transform you into being more comfortable sharing your unique song, sharing your unique gifts. And that's kind of the theme that you're going through right now. And we've got that showing with your cracked open card, the card you picked. It's rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. That's that transformation you're going through right now. This is alchemy. And I do feel like your heart charm here is letting you know and reminding you to really be compassionate and empathetic throughout this transformation and this rebalancing and this shadow work. Make sure that you're treating yourself with love and respect, and you're not pushing yourself or overwhelming yourself with this. Take as much time as you need, pal, for your transformation. Let's get a couple more messages from your galactic guides here. I did mention in the shuffle section, but I'll kind of mention it here, is if you are a starseed, that you do have a galactic or cosmic or ET guide, however you would like to name them. But just as we have guardian angels, human spirit guides, animal spirit guides, some of us have mythical creature spirit guides. If you're a starseed, you also have a cosmic guide, and you can have multiple. There's no set number. So some people may have 1, 2, 3. It's whatever. It's different for everybody. So that's who's coming through when I'm talking about guides here in this reading. It's actually your galactic guides. It's not your human spirit guides. This isn't your typical guides that I would normally connect to in a reading. So these are actually your ET guides. So let's see what else your ET guides have for you. Woo, right there. Ooh, life force, express your driving passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased. I feel like they're saying some passion needs to come back into your life, whether that's, through hobbies or romance. It doesn't really matter, but I feel like they're saying the more that you really express your passions, express your creativity, express your sensuality, the more your powers are actually going to be increased, the more you're going to start to like become more aligned with your life force energy. So the more that you do things that allow your life force energy to thrive, the more you're going to become connected to it, and you're going to be able to tap into it easier. So, I feel like this is them saying like, enjoy being on earth. Like, it doesn't have to be all gray and upset here. Have fun. If you have passions that you haven't gone and done for a while, they want you to go and have fun and do that. It's like, I'm just feeling like, eat your favorite food, go to your favorite place, buy yourself your favorite whatever meal or drink. It's like, enjoy the passions that come along with being on this planet and being human. There's so many exciting and fun things that you can do here on this planet in this human body. So I feel like they're saying, don't let everything be a big drag. Like, have fun, experience, be passionate, be creative, be sensual. They also want you to know, Archangel Michael, trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns. Allow a miracle to occur. Interesting. Your ET guides are coming through and saying that your angels are very close to you. So I'm not sure if you've been seeing extra angel numbers or anything like that, angel messages, feathers on the ground, something like that piled too. But if you have been, know that it's actually coming from your guardian angels. They are very close to you right now. They are very much protecting you no matter what you're going through. I feel like that's why they're very close to you, because they're keeping you safe and they're protecting you. And it's kind of like, this card just wants you to know that, and know that you're safe, know that you have these higher powers protecting you, and you're not alone. So whatever you're going through, pile 2, your ET guides wanted you to know that your angels are protecting you right now. Let's get one last message from them. Wow, this goes right with this card. Okay, this is the miracle card. So the Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So that's 2 cards saying that your guides and Spirit has your back, because here it's saying, if you surrender your concerns, you can allow a miracle to occur, and it says miracles will occur naturally. So with these 2 together, I mean, this is pretty much saying that Spirit wants to give you a miracle, but you have to surrender your concerns. It's like, maybe you have fears that something might not work out in the way that you want it, or maybe you're trying to manifest, but you're still not fully believing it. That's kind of what it's saying, to release some of those concerns, release your ego, release your fears, because this is waiting. I feel it in the ethers. Whatever this is, Spirit has something for you, some sort of blessing, some sort of miracle that they want to give to you, but your fear and your worry is almost kind of stopping it. So that's why we've got double cards talking about this miracle coming in, or trying to come in for you. So just trust and expect that something good is going to happen for you, and any other concerns, let them go. And then that's going to be the perfect formula for this thing to come into your life energetically, whatever it is. So very interesting. Your ET guides wanted you to know that you've got a miracle or a blessing coming. I love that. Wow, back of the deck. I just have to show that, because we're just saying, make sure that any concerns or fears you have, let them go, and the miracle will come. And it's got Kalima facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding, aka that miracle coming to you. And it's saying this is your chance to soar. You just have to release the fear, or face the fear. All right, my wonderful Orion Starseeds, that does wrap up your reading. So I do hope that it was helpful for you, insightful in some way, and that you enjoyed this. And I wish you the best on this wonderful transformation journey you are going through right now. Good luck with your shadow work. And I'm stoked for whatever this miracle or blessing is coming to you. Enjoy that, pile 2. You deserve it. If anything did resonate for you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experience in the comments below, as I love to connect with you, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much cosmic love and light. Have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, pile threes. Welcome to your reading. Right here, we've got the card that is going to tell us what type of starseed you are, and then we've got the rest of your reading here. So let's get right into it and find out. We've got the big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, and inspired ideas. So here we go. You are a Pleiadian starseed, pile three. All right, we are going to go into the extraterrestrial species almanac. I'm going to give you a little bit of information on the wonderful Pleiadians, and then we will get to the rest of your reading. Pleiadians hail from the Pleiades star cluster, aka the Seven Sisters, located in the Taurus constellation. In Greek mythology, Zeus, Ares, and Poseidon had affairs with the seven heavenly sisters and bore children with them. So Pleiadians are indistinguishable from Earth humans, although they are a bit taller. They appear Nordic, and females are 5'9" to 6'5", while males are 6'5" to 8 feet. Women are perfectly proportioned and beyond beautiful. Most men look like the gods of old. They are muscular and chiseled, but there is no pretense about their looks. They live the perfection of the soul within and without. Some higher dimensional Pleiadians have uniquely colored eyes besides the normal blue, green, and brown. Those hues include aqua, teal, violet, pink, yellow, orange, or a combination of some or all colors. So the Pleiadians do believe and follow the cosmic law of one, and they are a spiritually advanced race that uses 100% of their brain capacity. They are ego-less beings who have unified their heart and mind to work as one for the betterment of all universal kind. We've got a picture of a wonderful Pleiadian family right here, as you can see, extremely close to what we humans look like. And we'll read a little bit more. So they do have Galactarian motherships, starships, thought ships, fleet ships, and scout ships. Their craft and command centers use biological supercomputers, and the ships are equipped to travel through time-space funnels and the inner space continuum. They are expert telepaths talking mind to mind without verbally speaking. They transfer feelings along with telepathic thought for the receiver to experience all that is being conveyed. As well, some Pleiadians come to our space-time from the future. Awesome. So now that we have a little bit of background information on who the wonderful Pleiadians are, let's get into the rest of your reading. So we are going to get these cards out and then go through them. So we've got wait, it's not time, things are being woven. That's so interesting because this is the placement of your soul gift. This is supposed to be talking about what you came here to express and share. And the universe is like, wait, it's not time for you to actually find that out yet. Very interesting. We've got Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Your life is a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability. And you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, community. We've got the infinite, beautiful. Earth, wow, because we've got the water your garden, nourishment, body care. This gives me a lot of like grounding energies, and then we've got the nurture nature with earth. So wow, okay, feels like that's a theme in every pile so far, is some grounding. Ooh, beautiful. Gracious receptivity, intention, moss agate with the heart chakra. Mary Magdalene with Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. No way. And Master Jesus. Mary Magdalene and Jesus came together. I love that. Forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So special when these two come out together, I do feel like. Okay, pile three, so let's go up here. Like I was saying with that card, this is your soul gift, what you came here to express and share with the world. So it's so fascinating to me when this wait card comes out. It's saying things are being woven behind the scene. So that means that in the background, potentially your galactic guides, your guides, your angels, the universe, source, everything is kind of getting woven behind the scenes, and you're not quite ready to like go through. As to me, that kind of looks like a portal. You're almost like waiting here, and when the time is right, you will kind of go through. When the time is right, you will find out what your soul gifts are. But for some reason, pile three, it's not quite the right time. It's not divinely timed for you to find that out yet. So don't let that discourage you. Know that this is actually an amazing thing. This means that you have so much support on the other side, on the spirit side, that they are making sure that things are perfectly woven for you before you embark on your path, before you not embark on your path, sorry, before you find out the gifts that come along with your path. Next one here, we've got your karmic wound. So this is what you came here to heal. So we've got protection, loyalty, safety, trust. That's pretty that's pretty straightforward. I do feel like you have potentially had things in this life, this incarnation, or your past life where your loyalty, your safety, your trust, and your feeling of protection got misused, mistreated, or wasn't at the level that you wanted it to be at. So I feel like this could also, I'm kind of getting heavily that this could be tied to relationships romantically or like family relationships. So maybe you didn't feel like you could trust, or you didn't feel protected by somebody in your family growing up. This is what you're really here to heal. You're really here to dive into those karmic wounds when you didn't feel safe, when you didn't feel protected, when you feel like your trust got taken and stripped away from you, when people who were supposed to be loyal to you didn't show that. So whatever that, whatever encompasses those types of energies and feelings, that's truly what you're here to heal. With Water Your Garden, this is actually talking about your life lessons, so what you came here to learn. I like this because it's kind of saying that you came here to learn how to be in a physical body, because we're talking about nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. It's like watering your garden, taking care of your physical human body. I do feel like that is one of your biggest lessons that your soul wanted to experience. Your soul wanted to come here on earth in a human body to truly experience what it feels like to nourish yourself, what it feels like to eat, on either end of the spectrum, healthy food or non-healthy food. How does it feel like to take care of your body? What does it feel like when you get enough rest versus not enough rest? It feels like a huge lesson that your soul wanted to experience and learn here in this incarnation was simply having a physical human body and learning how to take care of it. So if you do feel like that's an area that you struggle a little bit with, no, that's okay, because it's one of your lessons. You're not supposed to be, amazing at it, because if you were, then there would be nothing for you to learn. And what's interesting is this kind of came up a little bit in some of the other piles where it's like your soul wanted to come here to experience the 3D life, to experience being human. So don't run away from it. I said that in another pile, and I feel like that is a big thing for you as well, is don't try and escape your human body. Don't try and escape your physical vessel, because that's part of your lesson. Pile 3 is actually learning how to take care of it and learning how to function in it and feel good in it. Now down here we do have your current obstacle, and then these two cards are messages from your galactic guides on how to work on it. So we have artist manifestation, creative accountability. I do feel like you're struggling a little bit with either being creative or manifesting. Potentially both for some of you guys, but either or for some others. So if you're working on trying to get back to your creativity and your passions, or you're trying to manifest something for yourself, it feels like you're getting a little bit frustrated that it might not be happening in the way that you want it to happen. So the advice here coming from your galactic guides is to really tap into your intuition. I do feel like there is, when it comes to your manifestation and your creativity, there's a very strong inner call, because this card is talking about following that inner call and don't let anything stop you. So maybe there is something within your heart, within your soul, that you really feel called to do. And this is letting you know that if you're not doing that thing, that could be why your manifestation or creativity isn't coming. So it's like you could have this deep longing to do something, but you're doing something else. Like you're not doing the thing that your soul is calling you to do. So it's saying to get the creativity, to get the manifestations coming and working, you actually have to do what your soul truly wants, not what you think you should do or not what other people want you to do. Whatever that deep down inner call is, your guides are like, follow that. Do that. So I feel like maybe some of you are doing a little bit of it, but you're not like fully committed to it yet. And that's what this card is saying. Your guides are like, commit to it. Because once you fully commit to listening to that intuition and that inner call, your manifestation is going to come in quicker and your creativity is going to come in quicker. As well, this card is just letting you know that you're on the right path, because it says you're on the path of love, light, and forgiveness, and healing is possible. So this is your guides letting you know that even if you're feeling frustrated or feeling stuck with your manifestations and creativity, that you are on the right path. You just have to kind of continue to follow that light, follow the love, do things from your heart. That's going to be how you get the manifestations, because sometimes people think that they want something they're trying to manifest, but it's more like an ego want, right? It's not what the soul wants. It's not what the heart is calling. It's more like an ego. So really look over your manifestations, really look over what you're currently working on creatively, and see if there's things that aren't aligned with what that inner call is. Also with this card, I feel like there's a hint of forgiveness more towards yourself. I feel like, again, that frustration is coming in where you might be upset or angry at yourself that you can't get creative, or that you're facing a block, or that your manifestation won't come. And it's like you have to forgive yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, maybe you're just not quite fully aligned with your manifestation. That's why it's not coming in. Maybe it's not what you truly want from a soul place. So that's kind of what I feel that forgiveness comes in playing a part, where make sure you're forgiving yourself and not like upset at yourself or condemning yourself for not being able to feel creativity or not being able to manifest. Like maybe you're seeing your friends get their manifestations and like you're really angry and upset at yourself. So it's like your guides are like, forgive yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. You're learning, right? You're just learning how this all works. You're learning as you go. You're growing. But know that you are on that right path. You're on the right path. Keep going. Just really tap into what your soul wants, and that's going to help you currently with that obstacle. So let's go over to your soul calling, because this card is talking about what your soul is calling you towards. And we've got isolation, physical connection, community. I feel like that's also very straightforward. It's time. Your soul really wants some community. It's time for you to kind of get in touch on a deeper level with people, or maybe even new people. This could be a call for some of you to branch out and kind of create a new group of friends or a new group of community. But whatever it is for you, there's a big emphasis on not isolating yourself anymore. Your soul doesn't want to be isolated anymore. It seems like your soul is just ready to actually have that connection, like actually come together with like-minded souls, maybe other starseeds. Maybe that's the community that you are being called to kind of cultivate for yourself, is finding other friends who are starseeds who speak about things like this. Maybe other Palladian starseeds. Palladians are one of the most common starseeds that you'll find on Earth. So I feel like there's a huge community out there for you to find and connect with. So that's really what your soul's calling you towards right now, is no more of that isolation. It really wants to be a part of a bigger community, or a community that really resonates with it. I'm feeling a pull to read you the Infinite card here from the book. This is such a beautiful message. So it says, this card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. You have arrived at a beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. Blockages have fallen away, doors are opening, and there are opportunities to step into. Stretch your wings and see how far they can reach. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix, born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. So it does feel like there's been something significant here for you, some sort of rebirth, some sort of new beginning. And if you haven't quite come to that yet, I feel like this is letting you know it's coming for you, pile 3. So some of you have already started this new beginning, and some of you are getting close to that new door opening. But overall, this card reminds you to celebrate it, to celebrate how far you've come and all of the hard work that you've really put in. I feel like the next three cards are actually kind of playing off of this new rebirth and beginning that you've had, because we've got Earth, gracious receptivity, and intention. The Earth card is talking about nurturing yourself. I feel like this new beginning could have had some sort of transformation or change where you're taking deeper care of yourself, or a more genuine interest in your health and well-being and nurturing yourself, as well as just maybe feeling more comfortable in your physical body. And this card talks here about gratitude. So I feel like you're feeling very grateful. You're grateful for this new beginning. You're feeling refreshed. And again, like I said, if you're not quite there, it's coming. So this is something to be excited for, that you're going to be feeling more comfortable, more nurtured, more grounded, as well as just really grateful. Grateful for this new beginning. Grateful that you were able to make it here. And it does feel like this new beginning has helped to open up the heart chakra. We've got the heart chakra on this card, and it feels like that beautiful energy of gratitude and heart chakra, unconditional love, is just really opening up for you. It also feels like some of you set the intention for this new beginning to happen. Some of you actually consciously worked really hard to get to this new beginning, to get to this new point, which is why I feel like you're so grateful for it, because you've seen how hard it was and you put in that work and you've made it to that other side, to the new beginning, and you're just feeling very grateful that you actually stuck to your guns and stuck to your intentions and made it through. I do want to mention the card you chose, the empathetic starseed. This is letting me know that you definitely are an empath, pile 3, and make sure that you're not absorbing too much that's not yours, because empaths are like sponges for emotions. Even if you're not even physically talking to somebody, you can sometimes walk by somebody on the street and pick up their emotions. You can feel their sadness or their happiness or their anger or whatever it may be. And this is letting you know with this card that it's really important to make sure that you're not diluting your own energy and your own intuition with other people's. So make sure that you do have some sort of sovereignty to your energy, some sort of cleansing or protection routine where you're really able to wash off the things that aren't yours at the end of the day or the end of the week, or however often you feel like you need to kind of attune to your energy. But you are an empath, so if you do feel overwhelmed a lot of the time, really emotional a lot of the time, I can guarantee you most of the things you're feeling are not yours. So definitely make sure that you are cleansing and clearing and protecting your energy. And what's interesting is the charm and the crystal that came with this card is right on point with that, right in line with that message as well, because the Hamsa hand talks about protection. So it's almost saying like you need to protect yourself, protect your own energy. And this crystal is really, really great for balancing out your aura and bringing in like a grounded type of energy as well. So it does feel like that's a pretty big message for you. Make sure that you're protecting your energy and you're not absorbing too much that isn't yours. We are going to get out the crystal deck and get a few more messages here from your galactic guides. So I kind of did mention this in the shuffling section if you were there, but if you are a starseed, you will have a galactic, cosmic, ET guide. You can use any name, whatever you like, but along with your regular spirit guides, your animal guides, your guardian angels, if you are a starseed, you will also have a cosmic guide, and you can have multiple numbers of them. There is no set number. So that's who we're connecting to right now, is your ET guide specifically. So they are wanting you to speak up, express yourself more. We've got expression and the throat chakra with flower agate, and we've got apricot agate right here. Same stone, just a different version of it. So yeah, I feel like they want you to be more grounded and comfortable in actually speaking your truth. So I feel like there's a lot of situations where you hold your tongue or you don't actually say what you really feel, or you don't fully express yourself. Maybe you tiptoe around it, and they're kind of saying like it's time to start opening that throat chakra. It's time to really start like saying what you truly want to say and feeling comfortable in it. So I definitely think that working on your throat chakra and expression is something that your galactic guides want you to focus on right now. We've got Insight with Peach Selenite and the Universal Chakra. Interesting, they're bringing out multiple chakra cards for you. This is kind of talking about here your intuition, your insight, the higher knowledge, your higher self. So the universal chakra is above your crown chakra, and this is where you can get, you know, the information coming in as we see these streams of light coming into the people's heads sitting here in the circle. So I feel like they're saying we have some sort of insight, we have some sort of information that we would like to download for you or bring to you as a message. So I do feel like your galactic guides would like you to meditate. Maybe you can even find a starseed meditation or a more specifically Palladian meditation. You can probably look here on YouTube. I'm sure there's, you know, maybe not lots out there, but I'm sure there's some out there. And it feels like they want you to tap into your like higher chakras in a meditative type state so that you can receive this download, you can receive this insight. I don't know if it is specifically connected to you being a starseed, but they really want to tell you something. I keep doing this down here. It's not like these are your galactic guides, Mary Magdalene and Master Jesus, but it's just these were the guide cards before. So I feel your energies, the guides' energies in these two cards. So I felt like I should just confirm that because I notice I keep saying guides and you're probably like, wait, Mary Magdalene is my guide? I'm like, no, no. Your galactic guides aren't these people. They pulled these cards for you. Okay, so let's get them to get another card for you. Ooh, aw, Divine Love with Pink Amethyst and the Soul Star Chakra. Interesting. They literally, not every one of these cards have chakras on them. This is like Moon, Mars. They have different elements and stuff. So interesting. All three here are chakras. And wait, this card over here was the heart chakra. I feel like another message on top of all of these is they kind of want you to work on a bit of your chakra cleansing and clearing. So again, if you want to find something like some sort of meditation to help to clear and cleanse your chakras, I feel like they would be, very, very happy with that. They kind of want you to do a little bit of chakra work. But with this divine love card, this is just them coming through and giving you love, showing you love. I feel like you probably actually have a Palladian guide because sometimes our starseed guides, our galactic guides don't necessarily have to be the same starseed that we are. But for some reason, I feel like, yeah, see the two roses. I just noticed the two roses. They are the same as you. You have a Palladian guide. Very interesting. I feel like they're kind of walking forward and showing me themselves a little bit now. I mean, I can't physically see them, but they're showing me their energy. And in the other piles, I didn't get any specifics on the galactic guides. But yeah, this guide wants you to know that they are also a Palladian being. And they love you so much. They see you as one of them, even though you are a human right now. They still see the Palladian in your soul, and they want you to know that you are so loved for that. You have so much love in your heart. All of the Palladians have so much love for you. They hold so much divine love for you because you are still one of them, even though you're here on Earth and not on Pallades right now. So know that your galactic guide is sending you so much love, a big Palladian hug. All right, pile 3, my wonderful Palladian starseeds. That was your reading, and I truly hope it resonated and it was helpful for you in some way. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experience in the comments below as I love to connect, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much cosmic love and light. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, pile 4, and welcome to your reading. So here we have the card that is going to tell us what type of starseed you are, and we've got the rest of your reading here. So let's go ahead and take a look. Ooh, you got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So this is the key word. You are a Hadarian starseed. And now, unfortunately, I do not have the Hadarians here in my almanac. You're more than welcome to do a little bit of Googling to kind of figure out who the Hadarians are. For the other piles, I was able to give a little bit of a nice synopsis here with this book, but you will have to forgive me as this type is not in it. Okay, so let's go into the rest of your cards here. We have trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on, time is not running out. Interesting, that's kind of similar to the weight card that came out in the other pile, if you did pick that pile as well. We've got weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. Wow, boundaries. Boundaries and boundaries. Two different cards talking about that. I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And lost lands, soul memories and gifts, you've done this before. Ooh, the third eye chakra with, oh yes, with pineal perspective. These three cards all together, if you watched the shuffle section, flew out of the deck. It was really odd. It was like three jumpers all together, like perfectly. It was very interesting. So, ooh, it was the Starseed that came with it. Oh, wow, and the Realm Bridger. Wow, lots of psychic energy in these two cards, actually. Well, I guess, also in the third eye. Wow, yeah. I feel like you might not realize how psychic you are. I feel like you know to some extent your psychic abilities, pile 4, but I have a feeling you haven't fully uncovered all of it yet. We've got discipline with Azurite and Saturn. Yeah, you have a bit more of work and discipline to figure out your full psychic gifts and abilities, I do feel like. As we're talking about that, then there's the light activation card. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And Kuan Yin with care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. I'm just going to stick these guys down here. So I want to start with the trust the timing because this is your soul gift. So this is what you came here to express and share with the world. And we've got this message for you here that time's not running out and to trust that where you're at in your journey right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. I feel like there's some of you here where you kind of got that overwhelming dread in the back of your mind that you missed out or that you took the wrong turn or that you aren't going to fully figure out what your gifts are or accomplish your true mission. And that's untrue. That's just ego talking. This card is really letting you know that you did not miss anything. Time is not running out for you, and you really are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I do feel called to read a bit from the book here for you. So let's go ahead and see what this says. It says, so often those who feel like they're here for a reason sense the time is running out. And they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. So don't race ahead and ride a wave. Don't race ahead and ride a wave that was never meant for you. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on, to trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out. There's plenty of time. There's no rush, and it's never too late. So with that, I'm not getting a specific ping on what exactly your soul gift is, but that's the overall message, is that you didn't miss it and that time is not running out for you and that you truly are exactly where you're supposed to be on your journey. And know that as you continue on your journey, your soul gifts and what you're truly here to express and share with the world will be shown to you. They will be revealed to you. And like it says with that card, don't, don't get ahead of yourself and ride a wave or a path that wasn't meant for you. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, so trust that. We've got with this card here, your karmic wound. So what you came here to heal, and we've got that boundaries coming up. Like it says, let it go, it's not yours to carry. And what's interesting is with Hadarian energy, we have the codependency and boundaries. Hadarians are very much a heart-centered, loving type of beings. And because they love to love and be loved, they can sometimes get themselves in predicaments here on earth that aren't for the highest good. We're talking about unhealthy relationships, and it doesn't always have to be romantic, but you could have an unhealthy codependent relationship with a boss, with a family member, with a friend. So it feels like here, one of the main karmic wounds that you're actually here to heal is this codependency, is this boundary issue where you might be getting yourself into situations that aren't necessarily healthy or for your highest good. So that is like a huge, huge, huge thing for you, Pile 4, is working on your boundaries, working on your ability to say no, and working on your awareness of what is healthy in a relationship and what is not. If you're not sure what codependency means, or if you've just heard that word but you don't actually know what it means, I do implore you to look it up, to Google that, because codependent relationships are extremely common, and it takes awareness of what it is to get out of it. So if you're not even aware of what codependent actions and tendencies are, you're never going to be able to stop acting that way or playing into those things. So awareness is the first key. Awareness of what a healthy relationship looks like, and awareness of what a codependent, unhealthy relationship looks like. Once you can determine the difference between the two, you can start setting those stronger boundaries. You can start understanding when to say no and when to say yes. Because with Hadarian energy, your soul just wants to love everybody. Even if you see people with flaws, I feel like you're the type of person that can look past that and you see them for all of their soul. You don't see them for just their flaw. You're able to view them as this whole person, but sometimes that can get you in trouble because sometimes people don't see their own potential. So you may see somebody's potential and think that you can like have them see it themselves, have them change, have them, be more healthy, but they might not want that or they might not see that. So because you have this loving, non-judgmental type of perception when it comes to people, you can really get stuck with somebody who you see their potential, but they refuse to act on it. They refuse to actually become their potential, which then drags you down. So it makes a ton of sense that boundaries is your biggest karmic wound that you need to heal, and you're a Hadarian starseed. And like I say, how you also can see the good in everybody. This card's almost saying like, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Even if you see people's potential, it's not your job to fix them. Let it go. That's their job. It's up to their free will if they want to become their potential or not. Just because you can see people's potential doesn't mean it's your job to get them to that point. So make sure that you're also not carrying other people's burdens as your own. Now with your I'm sorry card, this one here is talking actually about the life lessons that you came here to learn. And we've got righting past wrongs, uprooting. So this is a shadow card. This is talking about being able to learn and grow from the things and experiences in your past that weren't necessarily healthy, right? Because we've got like righting past wrongs. I don't want to say they're wrongs or, mistakes. They were just experiences. They were just, part of your life. But your main lesson in this incarnation is to learn how to grow from these shadow aspects. Instead of allowing it to consume you and to overtake you, part of your lesson here is actually to learn how to grow from the shadows instead of letting them consume you. It's like, how can you grow a strong foundation from the shadows that you've experienced in your life? How can you uproot these experiences from something maybe not so great to something that was a lesson, something positive for you, something that you can take from? I'm going to scooch these over so you can see this card here. So this one is actually talking about your current obstacle. And then these two cards are messages from your galactic spirit guides to help you through this. So we have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. This is, yeah, I could see how that could be a bit of a current challenge or obstacle for you, pile 4. I feel like you're being called. Your intuition is calling you to certain things, but you don't see the end goal. It's like, your intuition is calling you over here. It's like, hey, come do this thing, come over here, but you don't know why. And you're like, okay, I mean, yeah, I like to listen to my intuition. I want to follow it, but where is this going? Like, I don't see how this is creating a picture, or what's the end goal, or, what is this getting me to? So it feels like you're currently in this situation where you are following your intuition. You're taking some action towards what you feel spirit is calling you towards, but you're not quite sure what the end result's going to be. You're a little bit blind. And I feel like that's getting you questioning if you should keep going down this path, if you should keep taking the action towards this thing that your intuition is saying to go towards, because you're like, I feel like normally when you follow your intuition, you know where it's leading you, you know where it's taking you, but for some reason right now you just don't see that end. And so you're a little bit like, you're still taking the steps, but I feel like you're slightly hesitant. You're like, okay, but where is this going? What's the end goal here? So the advice from your galactic guides, first off, we've got your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So I feel like with this card here, with Sanat Kumara, this is saying that even though you might not see where your intuition is taking you right now, you're on the right path. It's kind of saying that what you're hearing, what you're feeling, it's coming through loud and clear. It's coming through correctly. So maybe you have been questioning like, okay, because I don't see the end goal, maybe it's not actually my intuition telling me this. So this card is letting you know, no, it's coming through loud and clear. This is certainly your intuition. This is certainly your higher self and your guides guiding you to this, even though you don't see the end goal. So I like that this is confirming that it is actually your intuition calling you. And then the second kind of piece of advice here is to choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. So I do feel like this could be more so a message towards yourself, like offering yourself a helping hand, offering yourself care and compassion. Let me just get these back. Okay, there we go. So yeah, offering yourself like more empathy, more care, more compassion, instead of coming at this from an ego point or coming at this from place of not trusting, if that makes sense. I feel like your cosmic guides here are saying that you're on the right path. Keep following that intuition, but make sure you're treating yourself with care and compassion as you're on this journey, because you are a bit blindfolded for some reason as to what the end goal is here, pile 4, but they want you to not like get upset. They don't want you to go down this path and like beat yourself up about it. And they want you to really take it with, step by step, be caring, be compassionate, show yourself love. If anybody else is in this situation, show them love as well, as much as you can. So the more you're able to give yourself care and compassion as you go down this path of following your intuition and following that inner guidance wherever it's taking you, I feel like the easier it's going to be. Now under here, we've got your soul calling. So this is what your soul is calling you towards. And I love this one because it's soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So I do feel like this is saying you have had incarnations before in your past life where you've actually done the same things that you are meant to do in this life. And I feel like that's talking on some sort of psychic abilities with the cards that are coming after here. You definitely have remembrance of using your gifts and abilities in past lives. It's just about that discipline to get back to it. Because even with the card you picked, we're talking about hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. It's like having that discipline to go a little bit deeper. Plus Quartz is talking well, not talking, but quartz is an amplifier. So I feel like it's saying once you dig deeper, you're going to actually, like, your gifts and abilities are going to be amplified. You're going to really remember it, and they're going to really come online for you. But your soul has certainly incarnated with this Hadarian energy in past lives, in other places around the cosmos. And in that past life or lives, you have used your soul gifts. I'm also getting a really strong vibe for you, pile 4, that you have multiple starseed origins. So I did mention that in the intro that you may be called to multiple piles, but for some reason, pile 4, I just get a very strong vibe versus the other piles from you that your energy is very ancient. Your soul's very ancient, and it feels like you have been many types of starseeds. So along with Hadarian energy, I do feel like you could be 3 or 4 other types of starseeds. And again, that's that hidden secrets. That's that digging deeper. The more you are disciplined in learning about your starseed origins, I feel like the more you're going to uncover. I just get this very ancient feeling from that star ancestors and then this lost lands. You've done this before. I do feel like your soul has had many, many past experiences in many different areas of the cosmos. I'm getting that like ancient old soul type of energy, definitely. Speaking about these hidden secrets, this lost wisdom, these soul gifts, I almost feel like that's what these 3 are talking on. These are such magical cards because we've got the third eye chakra, the Starseer. This card talks about your intuition. And then the Realm Bridger, which again is talking about somebody who is able to connect to both realms, the physical and the spiritual. As well as Azurite, this stone that is appearing on this card is a blue stone that is heavily connected to the third eye chakra, and it's very useful in connecting with spirit guides. So all of this to me is just screaming you have extremely strong psychic gifts and abilities, which come from how many experiences your soul has had in the cosmos. It comes from these amazing ancient knowledge within you. I also want to point out on this card, the Starseer, just the art and what's going on here, because I feel like it's exactly what you're going through currently with following your intuition but not knowing where it's leading you. As we see this guy, he's climbing up the ladder towards this big bright portal star, and actually this lady who's holding him, as you see she has a third eye right here, this is intuition. This is the way the artist has drawn it, is that this lady is your intuition, and this person is allowing their intuition to guide them. Even though that's so bright, they have no idea what is there or what's on the other side. They're climbing the ladder and they're letting the intuition, guide them and show them the way, even though they might not know what's on the other side of that big bright portal. And that feels exactly like what you're going through right now. And your guides were talking about, like, keep following the light, keep following your intuition, and be kind to yourself as you climb the ladder. And that's going to be how you get there the smoothest way. So it just feels like that's really you right now. You're kind of climbing this ladder and allowing your intuition to guide you, but you're not sure where it's going to take you, which is kind of an exciting thing, but also it can be nerve-wracking, which is why I see they're saying, have that care, have that compassion. I also do want to read you the message from the Realm Bridger card. So it says, you are the pioneer of your life. The way forward may be in your dreams or visions, talking about that third eye. You might find it useful to do automatic writing or intuitive drawing to capture some of the more lucid information. Because you get a lot of that coming through. So that's a great tidbit of information if you've never tried automatic writing or intuitive drawing. That might be something that could help you get some of your psychic, just like thoughts and downloads out. Some, like it says, some of the more lucid ones where you don't feel like you can just write a journal entry and it's going to explain it. So sometimes you might want to tap into more of those different things where you are just kind of letting the ego sit aside and automatic write or just channel in that way and have it come through naturally. So it says, be creative and don't take on the opinions of others. It's time to think and do things a whole other way. After all, as the saying goes, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So, with that, it feels like the cards are telling you experiment. If you are doing something psychically or spiritually that doesn't resonate with you anymore, or you're not getting the results you want, move on. Find something else. I want to touch on the charm, the lightning bolt charm. So for me, this signifies some shadowy periods potentially. And I feel like this is talking on your abilities. So it seems like maybe when it comes to your psychic abilities, pile 4, in the past or even possibly right now, when you try and tap in or you try and figure out what your strong suit is, it almost feels like a bit of a cloudy day. It's like you can't see clearly. It's not a bright blue sky. There's almost maybe a little bit of gray veil, and you can't necessarily see things or feel things extremely clearly. I think the reason why that's happening for you and you have that little bit of the gray cloud in your vision is because you have to pick and choose and get disciplined on what it is you want to make clear. Because like we're saying, you have so many strong psychic gifts and abilities that they're all going to be a little bit muddy until you actually decide which one you want to put your time and effort into. And it seems like once you kind of pick and choose, and I'm not saying you have to like pick and choose and then never can change. It's like, what do you want to focus on right now? Maybe pick and choose for this month, and then next month pick and choose something else, or however long you want to work on something, right? But it's like, it's going to be cloudy if you dabble a little bit in each thing. So set some time aside and say, okay, this month I'm going to learn how to astral travel. Or this next 6 months I'm going to learn how to astral travel. However much time you need. But it's like getting more disciplined on, okay, what exactly psychically do you want to get good at? And I think that's why when you're kind of tapping into things right now, it's not so clear, because you actually have ability in all these different realms, in all these different gifts, but to get proficient and a clear sky energy out of it, you need to put the time, effort, and discipline and structure into it. Because Saturn talks about structure, it talks about discipline and organization. So I feel like that's what they're saying here with your psychic abilities, is the sky will get clear. You will see clearly once you dedicate and organize some time specifically for each thing you're interested in. So I want to get a couple more messages from your galactic guides here. As I mentioned, those of you who are starseeds will have ET guides along with your animal guides, your guardian angels, your spirit guides. You also will have a galactic, cosmic, or ET guide. Use whatever word you want. But you definitely have a ET guide or guides that are guiding you along this journey. So let's see what they have to say to you. We've got I Remember, Soul Plan, the Fated Life versus Destiny Life. Wow, yeah. There's a huge emphasis on like re-remembering your gifts, re-remembering your abilities, re-remembering that you're this divine, magical, super powerful being. Ooh, I'm also feeling like this card could have a bit of an indication on where this journey is taking you with your intuition right now, because remember, your guides are saying, you know, they're not telling you here exactly what's at the end of this, but they are saying it's the right path and to keep following it. It could be the bridge between your fated to destiny life. So the fated life is more so like living out the ego life, maybe living out the codependent relationships, right? And the destiny life is when you've got the boundaries, you've healed your karmic wounds with the codependency, and you're working on using your gifts and your abilities, you're uncovering your lost wisdom. So it feels like you could actually be making this huge transition right now, pile 4, where you're going from that more ego life, that more fated life, into your destiny life, which could be why your guides aren't necessarily telling you exactly what's at the end of this. As well, I feel like the more that you use your gifts and psychic abilities, the more you are also stepping into that destiny life, stepping into those soul gifts and that wisdom that is within you. The more you use that and act on that, I do feel like the more you are living a more authentic, like aligned, soul-led life. on your destiny path. Let's get another message. We've got fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Wow, yeah, okay. This is kind of playing off of the I remember card, because there could definitely be some sort of like extreme going on as well when it comes to like this current situation of following your intuition. And what I mean by that extreme is like a polarity or a very large difference of what you used to be doing versus what you're doing now. But this card's letting you know to surrender to that. Is again, I'm getting this message that you are on the right path, even if it is extreme, even if it is confusing, even if you don't see the end. This is actually the right path. It's asking you with this card to surrender to this call of your soul, to this intuition. So even though things might be polarized or very extreme as you go through this path, know that you're kind of being asked to surrender to that. And the more that you're able to allow yourself to enjoy the ups and the downs of life and hold on to those opposites and not see it as a negative thing, the easier it is going to be to kind of get through this journey for you. So there's no point in getting upset with the ups and downs of life, but more so a reason to surrender to it so you can truly experience it all and get the full benefits of each side, getting the benefits of the good days and the bad days. So it's almost that energy of going with the flow more, riding those ups and downs of life a little bit more smoother, surrendering to the good and the bad times, because there is so much potency in both the good and the bad. Let's get one last message. Wow, the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Wow, yeah, you are definitely going through whatever this path that your intuition is taking you on is, for sure like some sort of activation is happening here. And this could even also, you could have some sort of spontaneous awakening along this path as you keep following it with one of your psychic abilities, where it just like kind of comes to you really quickly. Okay, now with that card coming out for sure, pile 4, I want to say that this path you are on is part of changing over to your destiny life. That's why you're feeling some of the polar opposites and the extremes and stuff, because yeah, this is activating you for sure. And I feel like that's why there's a bit of that blindfold on, where you're not quite sure where the end is, because this is such a beautiful journey you're beginning on, that it really is kind of like the first couple of steps, the first couple of chapters. And that would be like if you went to the library, checked out a book, and then only read the very last page of the book, and you skipped the whole rest of it. That would be what it would be like if you actually knew what the end was. It would totally ruin the whole book for you. It would ruin the whole journey if you were told what the end goal is, because you have this whole book of experience and life to go through and to live before you get to the end page. So it's like this exciting energy that this path that you're being called to follow right now is activating you into your destiny life, activating you into this lost wisdom that sits in your soul, activating you into a more aligned, less codependent, unhealthy relationship type of ways. It's activating your abilities and your gifts on a deeper level. So wow, this is a big transition that you're going through right now, pile 4. You're truly going from one level on to the next. I feel like you are up leveling as you continue to follow your intuition and those calls of your soul. All right, pile 4, my lovely Hadarian starseeds, that is your reading. That wraps it up. I truly hope that it was insightful and helpful for you in some way. And if it did resonate and you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experience in a comment below, as I love to connect with you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. So right here, we do have the card that will tell us what type of starseed you are, and then we've got the rest of your reading here. Go ahead and take a look. Ooh, we've got jump in with Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So right there, you are an Andromedan starseed, Pile 5. Now we are going to go into the extraterrestrial species almanac, and I'm going to read you a little bit here about who and what the Andromedans are. So Andromedans are so named because they come from the Andromeda star system. They are blue hairless humans with 3 classifications: female, male, and androgynous. Females are 5'6" to 6 feet. Males are 5'9" to 6'6". Androgynous beings are in the height range of the males and females. Andromedans are a beautiful classification of beings. Their hearts actually feel like heavenly stars are alive within every chamber, magnetizing all they come in contact with to experience true nirvana. They do believe in the cosmic law of one, and they endeavor to embrace all life with grace, dignity, and love, to share cosmic knowledge and wisdom, and to assist souls ready to advance into the grandeur and tiers of the universal consciousness. They have Galacterian motherships, starships, thought ships, fleet ships, and scout ships, and all of their crafts and command centers use biological supercomputers. All craft are able to travel through time-space funnels and the inner space continuum. And they also have galactic command centers stationed above and below the Earth. They are one of the most spiritually advanced races in our universe, and they speak the light essence language. They are also capable of holographic telepathy, using the third eye as a projector to screen their personal story for others to watch in 5D technology. A death perception so real it has to be seen to be believed. And some Andromeda races come to our spacetime from the future. So let me show you a picture here. So here we have an Andromedan being. Lots of light language in that. All right, so now that we know a little bit of who the Andromedas are, we are going to get into the rest of your reading. So let's see what we've got. Star family, you're a part of a team of souls. Call in support. Oh, our candle just went out. Portal, doors are opening. You decide. Rewards wild card. Called, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. The void, stop, embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. And lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. With the alignment card. That's so funny. It literally says anything unaligned must go, and then alignment from a different deck. And the sacral chakra, core of creation. Furred and feathered friends. Clarity, citrine and the sun. We have Mercury with open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. And we have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace, waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Okay, let's stick these down here. I want to start with your star family card. Now, this is your soul gift, what you came here to express and share with the world. So what's interesting is, for some reason, your gifts, your mission here, what you're supposed to do is combined with other people. Now, I do feel like these people are part of your soul family or your star family, however you want to kind of name that or call that, but it's like your people. So I do feel like you will be meeting and coming in contact with your star family here on Earth, other starseeds, and potentially even other Andromedan starseeds. But it seems like you'll be coming together with these people to actually play out and express and share your soul gifts. So you're not meant to do your missions here on Earth alone. You're actually here to work very closely with other people. Now, I'm not getting an exact ping on what you and your group of people will be doing specifically with your soul gifts or what you'll be sharing, but it does feel like whatever you're doing together is helping to raise the collective consciousness. So it's some sort of light work. It feels like your soul is here to express and share light work, but as part of a team. It's like a team effort project. This card here is talking about your karmic wound. So what you came here to heal. We've got very interesting because it's the wild card. It says doors are opening, you decide, rewards wild card. To me, what that's saying is there could potentially be multiple karmic wounds here that you kind of get to decide which one you want to work on. Now, whatever you do decide to clear, there are rewards with it. There definitely, whatever you karmically clear in this life, you will for sure get a reward. Some sort of miracle, some sort of blessing for clearing it. There will be doors that open for you and rewards that come once you heal it. But with that wild card energy, it's almost like up to you what you decide to work on, what you decide to kind of heal. Maybe you feel called to heal your inner child, or maybe you feel called to heal your family lineage, or maybe potentially some of you feel called to heal the wounds that you have gotten from past relationships. But what I want to say is it feels like there isn't one specific right answer when it comes to your karmic wounds. Like you have a couple options on things to heal, but to me, the way this is coming through is it doesn't actually matter which ones you pick and choose and which ones you maybe don't work as much on. For some reason, your soul is pretty karmically balanced out in this incarnation, which is why it's not like necessary for you to heal anything. That's why it's like it's up to you, because there are rewards at the end of it, but it's not necessary. It's a side quest. That just popped into my head psychically. Your karmic wound healing are side quest options, pile 5. You don't have to do it if you don't want. If you do the side quest, you get an extra reward, but nothing actually messes up your life path if you don't ever do those side quests, which is very interesting because a lot of the time it's like if you don't clear your karmic wounds, then you will be stuck. But you're so even karmically that that's why it doesn't matter for your soul. You've actually cleared a shit ton of karma in past lives, so that's why it's optional. It's a wild card. It's a side quest. You don't have to actually karmically heal anything in this life if you don't want to. But for those of you who feel like you don't want to hold on to those shadows, know that if you do the side quest, if you do heal it, you get a nice reward. You get something positive. So that might be enough for some of you to say, hey, I want to do all the side quests because what the heck's the reward? If I get a reward, I want to, figure out what that is. And for some of you, you might be like, heck, I don't care what that reward is. I'm good. I don't want to work on any of these karmic shadows, and that's totally fine. It's completely up to you, your call, pile 5. I just think that's such an interesting concept, as usually karma isn't that balanced where you kind of get to choose if you want to. It's usually a thing where it's like, hey, in this incarnation, you have this 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 certain things you have to clear to make it to the next level. Whereas you don't have to clear anything on this incarnation to make it to the next level. You still make it to the next level regardless. So next to it, we've got your life lesson, what you came here to learn. We've got soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. To me, that says 100% that the thing that you're here to learn is how to use your gifts and abilities to help the collective. So I do feel like you're kind of on this journey, pile 5. We've got both of these cards with this being kind of walking towards the door. That feels like where you are with your psychic abilities. Actually, this one's kind of almost that way too, like looking through the door, looking through the veil. You're kind of on the path. I feel like you are walking it already, but you haven't completely gone through the door. So maybe you're into or aware of some of your psychic gifts and abilities or your soul's abilities and gifts, but you're not completely through the door. You haven't fully stepped both feet through it. So that's your main lesson that you're here to learn, is actually what your gifts are and how to use them to help the collective. That's kind of like the main lessons that you're here to learn, which makes sense too with that karma card, because your main focus is on your soul gifts and training them to get them into alignment and to get them shining and to get them clear. So most of your energy in this incarnation is to be spent on your self-growth. It's not to be spent murking through those karmic wounds. Again, if you have the time, energy, and ability and you want to do the side quest, like I say, do the side quest. But your whole incarnation isn't supposed to be you trudging through karmic wounds. Most of it is supposed to be you trudging through your soul and figuring out what your gifts are and training yourself so that you are proficient at using them, so that you can be a very valued member of this team and bring forth these abilities to help. Now let's go down here, because this card with the void, this is actually talking about your current obstacle, the thing that is challenging you right now. We've got stop, embrace winter, and the great cosmic womb. So to me, this is saying that you feel stagnant, you feel stuck right now, you feel like in this stop energy and you're not sure why. I do feel like you're very confused as to why you've hit this wall, why you feel like life has started to get stagnant, possibly mundane and boring for some of you. Because it feels like things were going pretty good for you, pile 5, and then you've just hit this void. And you're kind of like, what is this? What is this feeling? What is this energy? Why am I up against this? So these two cards here are your galactic guides, kind of advice on how to get through this current obstacle. So we have communication and experiencing grace. So there's definitely something that you need to speak up about. It's saying to get a weight off your chest, but speak up with love and be heard. I do feel like the universe has halted the brakes on your life to give you this opportunity to have this communication. Maybe this is some sort of something that happened in your past that you didn't get closure on. And now the universe is stopping things so that you finally have the time to get the closure you need so that you can move on again. So this is a very divinely timed stop. I don't feel like it's not a coincidence that things have slowed down for you and you're feeling stagnant. It's actually the universe stopping things so that you have the energy and time to speak about this and to get the closure that you need. As well, things are being stopped for you so that you can start feeling inspired and creative again. It does feel like some of your hobbies and your passions and your creativity have been stifled lately. It's been hard for you. Maybe it's like that energy of writer's block or like painter's block or something, where you pick up the pen and the pencil or whatever and nothing comes through. This is the perfect time in this void energy to tap back into your gifts, tap back into your inspiration and your creativity. So it would be the perfect time to do any sort of like art or creation, making music, anything like that. Pile 5, you're being called right now to focus on your creativity because it's going to come back to you, and focus on communicating what needs to be said. That's why things are stopping for you right now, because the universe is giving you this perfect opportunity to do these two things. So definitely make sure you're having the conversations that you need to be having, and put some time aside for art or creativity or passions, whatever it is that inspires you. Now, next card, this one's talking about your soul calling. So what your soul's calling you towards right now, we've got lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Also, probably why you're in the stop period right now, pile 5. It's time for you to question some things, to look at your life and see if there's anything that doesn't feel aligned. Your soul's ready to really release some of these things and to move towards this more, magical type of adventure, this more magical type of journey where you're actually more aligned with your soul's calling, with your soul's gifts, and with your destiny. So you're probably feeling this need to kind of clear things out, like mentally and physically right now, pile 5. And that's because your soul wants you to. Speaking of alignment, we've also got that sacral chakra, furred and feathered friends, and clarity. So it's like you're getting clear on what you want to create in this world. You're getting clear on what feels aligned for you. You're getting clear on awareness, the environment of how everything is connected. This furred and feathered friend talks about just being aware of how things are affecting your body. It doesn't talk about like being vegan or anything like that, but it talks about just being aware of how certain foods and substances can affect you. It does bring up the energy of being clear and aware of what makes you feel good and what doesn't. So if you are eating something that isn't aligning with you, then it's kind of time to get clear on what those things are and move past them. Like we said with this card, let them go. So you also might feel a call to be eating healthier, or not even healthier, but more aligned with your soul. So maybe, for instance, if you drink coffee but it makes you anxious, maybe you have a call to stop drinking coffee because it's not aligning with you. It's making you anxious. It's not making you feel good. So something like that, where you might be a little bit more aware and getting clearer on what makes you feel good in your physical body. Because that sacral chakra is literally the core of creation. That's where your feelings, emotional responses, pleasure, sensuality, intimacy, connection, creativity, your sacred sexuality, your passion, your value for your body, and your healthy boundaries come from. That's all of the energy of the sacral chakra. So I do feel like you're also getting in touch with that, getting more clear with that. It feels like a lot of rearranging things so that you can create this alignment that you are longing for. It also makes sense that you're kind of going through this process of getting clearer and more aligned, pile 5, because with the card you chose, the star bathing, it's actually talking about some transmissions, some activations, your crystalline body. So to me, that's saying that you are going through this upgrade right now. You are becoming a clear vessel, and you are kind of activating some of your internal DNA, and you're sort of activating this next level, this next phase in your life. And a lot of the times when we ascend, these activations can happen where maybe we wake up one day and we just don't feel good about our current diet, or we just don't feel good about something that's in our life, and we feel the need to remove it. And that's coming from these activations that happen when we do ascend, when we do go to the next level. You are changing, you are evolving, you are becoming a more aligned version, a more passionate, creative version of yourself, a more clear channel of who you truly are, which means that there is going to be some change. There is going to be some activations. There is going to be some difference for you. The star charm as well, that's indicating for me untapped potential. It's like the sky is the limit with that charm. You have so many talents, so many abilities, And that's why you're going through this activation, this upgrade, this realignment, this clarity right now, because the sky is the limit for you. You have all these amazing gifts that you're ready to start untapping, that you're ready to start tapping into and having to come online. You're ready to shoot for the stars. Like, you are done being held back by things that aren't working for you anymore, pile 5. You're ready. Like, you are ready to shoot for the stars. You are ready to be your most genuine self. Like, we even have that Andromedan energy is saying yes to change. You're ready for it. You're ready for the adventure. You're ready for the change. You're ready for this next level up into the stars. You know, these things that you've been dreaming of are possible. Your dream life is possible. The more you align yourself and get clear on what you need to do to achieve your dreams, the more you're going to get there quicker and closer. I feel like with your energy, pile 5, there is literally nothing that you cannot accomplish if you put your mind to it. And that's what that star charm talks about. Now, I do want to grab this deck and get a couple more messages from your galactic guides. So since you are a starseed, along with your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your animal spirit guides, you also have ET guides. You can call them galactic guides, cosmic guides, ET guides, whatever you feel. But you definitely have these wonderful beings, cosmic beings in the stars that are helping to guide you. So let's see what they have for messages for you. Heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Yeah, I feel like you're going through this heart awakening where you are kind of awakening to what you want. Like we are saying, you're getting clearer on this alignment, on what you desire, on where you want to go, on how you want to feel, and you're removing anything that's not, on that path. It's not a part of this heart awakening. So yeah, you really are going through a bit of a transformation, or maybe not even a big transformation for some of you. And also with this card, I'm feeling your guides are coming through and saying you're starting to realize how special you are, and you're starting to realize how you do deserve everything you've ever dreamt of, and how you are this amazing magical being of love and light. So I feel like you're also awakening to that and accepting who you really are. We've got Lady Portia, Divine Order, do what you feel is right, an important lesson is unfolding. So Lady Portia can sometimes talk about legal issues. So if there is anything like that, maybe you're in a bit of a argument with a landlord, or maybe something bigger where you are going to court or something. And it doesn't always have to be that, but for those of you that resonates with, know that everything is going to work out. Lady Portia carries the energy of being fair for everybody involved and transmuting things from a negative experience into a positive learning one. As it says, there's a lesson here to be learned, and just follow your heart. Follow your heart, do what you feel is right. If you are involved in any, legal things, know that Lady Portia is here making sure that everything will unfold the way that it is supposed to, in the way that it will be beneficial for everybody involved. For those of you who aren't involved in any type of legal issues, then this means that there is something divinely ordered unfolding in your life right now, and there is a lesson tied to it. And again, same energy of follow your heart, do what you feel is right, because that's going to be what gets you through this. And know that, everything will work out the way that it is supposed to, whatever this is talking about for you. Let's get one more. Ooh, yes. Odin with psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. That's what we were just saying. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. This could be connected to the situation, but also it could be separate, where your galactic guides really just want you to keep working on your psychic abilities, because it's right next to that soul gift. It is kind of part of your mission, part of your lesson here is to learn how to use your psychic abilities, learn how to really follow your intuition, and to really tap into your soul gifts. So this is confirmation that you are definitely psychic. You definitely hold those types of gifts in your soul, and it's kind of your guides saying that the more you follow it, the more you work on it, the clearer you're gonna get, and the more aligned these psychic abilities are going to get with your everyday life. All right, my wonderful Andromeda starseeds, that does wrap up your reading, and I do truly hope it was insightful and helpful for you in some way. If you did enjoy the reading and anything resonated, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experience in a comment below, as I love to connect, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much cosmic love and light. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video.